No, for sure. It will not allow it. I think it just doesn't have the brakes of a GT3 car, you know? I mean, they may be carbon ceramic, but I'm sure they're not anywhere near the same potency. Yeah, for sure. It's also very mid-engined in braking. Oh, it's 60-100. I thought it was 90. Oh, you know what? I was looking at the BOP for the Zonda. Alright. So let's at least get the specs right for people who are watching. So on the McLaren P1, the BOP is 60% power. I'm looking at it right now. I can read it better. 60% power, 100% weight. So that's that setup. The Zonda. Give me 1 second. Let me mute myself on the stream here. I'm hearing myself. The Zonda's BOP is more generous as it has less power. The Zonda is at 90% power and also 100% of its weight. Both are on racing hards. Tuning is allowed in this lobby, which means you can change any of this. You can change to the fully customized gearbox setup if you want. Your diff is customizable. Your downforce level is customizable. So even though everyone here is in the same car, they may be handling slightly different. It's going to be interesting to see who's pulled out the most from their car and from the tires. Yeah, I am on stock tune and I've switched to the Zonda just to see what it's like around here, because the McLaren's kind of a beast. Yeah. Akai, the stream says they cannot hear you. I think you need to share your voice. Do you know how to do that in the party settings? Sure. Just in party settings, you should be able to see that option. Oh.
Now, can you hear me?
Can you guys hear Akai now?
Hello, testing. Can you hear the sound of my voice?
Oh, I cut that. Yes, you are heard now. Thank you.
All right. I just remembered before this I disabled it. I'm sorry.
No worries. So I'm doing a bad job of showing you guys a lap around here in this car. Kai, are you any better? I can switch to camera mode and you can show the people a lap around Fuji.
Yeah, you probably can see on my view. I'm doing probably I can do around 135.
All right, let's do it. Let's go see.
Right.
Fellow broadcaster here, Akai, taking us around past the last corner actually, so this is the perfect time to catch the lap. We'll try this angle, no problem. Going down the front straight with the McLaren, you've got DRS, you got a drag reduction system, so that rear wing is probably tucked. And then once he gets on the brakes, you'll see, yep, wing goes back up. When he's outside of the zone, now on the brakes, brake hard for turn 1. The McLaren is very mid-engine in its braking. It will go sideways on you. So trail braking has to be pretty careful there. Good through turn 1. Be a little bit ginger through turn 2 with it here. I wish I knew corner names at Fuji, but I do not. Long sweeper here, turn 3 again. Got to be very careful with this car. It will understeer through all of it if you try to push it. Try to exit out of this corner in a straight line. Not easy in this car. It's very powerful. How is it at 60% BOP? I've only tried it at 90.
I haven't tried on full, so far it's good in terms of power. It's just I'm scared on the braking.
Yeah, the braking is not easy in this car.
Yeah, I probably move the brake bias to the front.
Coming
After
through the
this,
very technical, very slow final sector here. And then back to the last corner. Start wide, go in tight, try to get as good an exit as possible to come out of it. Akai has not been practicing all week like everyone else. He just bought the car today, so kudos for not crashing it. If it was me, we would have spun, right? Good luck.
That's not bad actually.
No, not bad at all. Let's see who else is on track. Mr. Salazas in the Zonda. Good looking livery there. My Nick behind him. Oops, sorry, Brunildo rather is the next player. In the Zonda as well, it looks like. From some angles, it looks so much like a Porsche 962 prototype. I suppose it's the same sort of prototypey proportions.
Yeah.
But from certain angles, not all of them, but just there's like one angle where sometimes I'm like, is that a... No, we don't have that car in this game. Nick also in the Zonda. Is the McLaren not the favorite car out here? MOP's in the McLaren. Avalarion, I've never been able to say their name. Also in the Zonda. Nemesis, the leader in the McLaren. And of course, Sakai is still out here. You've already got a livery on the thing. Just bought it. I like that. I like that pearlescent paint job.
It's just something I put up last minute more or less.
Yeah. Good looking. Very, very good looking car. Okay, now I want to get out here too. Let's go see what the... Let's go keep learning what a lap around here is like. I'm going to do it in the McLaren. If only because DRS is fun. It's just been announced in the chat. We have a stuck check in 5 minutes. Stuck checks generally signify the start of the track day.
Probably if you do a better setup here, you might do a faster time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, because this car has habits that I would love to tune out of it.
Yeah. Literally spent 5 minutes rushing to make this. Damn.
Oh yeah, it's way easier to get out of the corners at 60%.
Yes.
I'm not sure you have to brake very much for that, since it's the short. There's no real, no hairpin there. Oop. Is there an interior view? Yes, there is. Cool little track day car Toyota owned. I forgot DRS. Hit the button.
Yeah. Should raise your top speed much more higher.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Braked a bit early there.
Oh, VMAX on that straight, 195.9
Wow.
miles per hour. Probably can go higher, let's see.
You might be able to if you put your downforce way down. I mean,
The other way around.
yeah. You got DRS in the back, but in the front, you still got downforce too that you can adjust. Got a victim there. Did that wrong. And so did Brunildo. Oof. Over rev is, yeah. It'll rev way past red line for you.
I'm currently driving the car in cockpit view, so I can know when the actual red line is. Okay, so start check, go around turn 1, exit race. If you get stuck, you may rejoin lobby after resetting your connection. Okay.
Alright. Get off track in anticipation for the stuck check. We'll just let those who are actually racing. Oh shit, I did not exit in time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess we'll be part of the stuck
So
check.
do I. Yeah.
Hopefully we don't mess anyone up.
Yeah. It's just a start check.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Well, I mean, hopefully we don't cause anyone to get stuck. We're not really in the... I guess just being in the lobby is enough.
Yeah.
Not a very diverse field though, huh? 4 McLarens, 5... Well, 4 McLarens, but only because we're in here. So really it's 2 McLarens versus 5 Zondas.
Yeah, sadly. I wonder why. Is the
5
Zona a
Paganis.
good thing?
I think it handles well. Little traction control for the start here. Need it.
Oh, struggled there. Oh, whoa. The brake ain't there. Alright, now we exit.
Nice.
Okay. Looks good. Maybe I should. I'm just gonna test my broadcast because currently I've been experiencing some internet issues. So I'm
Sure
just
thing.
gonna do a test broadcast. Ah, my keyboard. There we go. Test ESGT broadcast. Let's hope it won't crash again. "10 minutes of practice or tuning." Okay. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna drive the Zonda. Should be 90, 100. Here we go. $10, so I'll be driving for 5. Well, there we go. Hello, testing. Tati? Ah, great.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's my fault. I had my mic muted. Apologies.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I was talking this
I
whole time.
disconnected for a moment.
No, did you disconnect from the room on accident?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I think Nemesis might have disconnected by somehow.
Okay. Looks like
Yeah, man, he created
three
a new
people
lobby.
all disconnected in a row, so I hope the lobby's okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the qualifying is like. I know qualifying has no tire wear or fuel consumption. I believe the race is also no fuel consumption. But
Yeah.
since we don't know what qualifying is like, I can at least say what the races will be. There's 2 races in a track day. Race 1 will be time of day 5:15 in the evening. You got 9 laps and tire wear is up to 11. No fuel consumption. Race 2 will be reverse grid, but you get 2 bonus points. So automatically, there's a 2-point boost to wherever your finishing position is. Same track. The time of day will change, however, from evening to morning. It will be 6:15 in the morning. There will be 13 laps rather than 9, and tire wear will be turned down to 8x. So, 2 very different races, almost, that you can expect here, which is really nice.
That is true. So right now I'm driving around with the Zonda. So apparently compared to the McLaren, the Zonda is much more stable for its base setup.
Agreed. That's what I found too. It seems to be much easier to drive.
It's beginner friendly, that's for sure.
I'm gonna follow along with you here as you enter the last sector and go into the final turn. We'll do a whole lap from your perspective.
Alright.
I can't do interior view from camera, but this is the closest we can do. Go ahead and talk us through a lap, Akai.
Alright. So let's... Okay, right now we're at the final corner. Full blast on the straight. The end of the straight we should reach around 300 kilometers per hour.
No DRS in this car, right?
Yeah, no, there's no DRS, so we have constant downforce. Apparently I can brake early, a bit later on this car.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. We just rode the curb for a while.
Yeah, it's slippery just past that curb.
Yeah.
Fuji and Suzuka love that AstroTurf there, huh?
Yeah. Oh, wait, here we go again.
Coming down. No hairpin here, but it's still not an easy turn. It's 90 degrees. Weird apex.
Yeah.
You know, there's no safety in the apex of that turn. But you do want to cut the curb as much as possible, but you just have to respect it. In some cars, the curb will disturb the car a lot.
Yes, especially in cars that are quite lowered like this car.
Yeah. And back on the front straight. Let's see. I'm in miles per hour, but I'm gonna see what your VMAX is in miles per hour. You can tell us what it is in kilometers.
Kilometers. Okay, let's see. Right now, before my braking point, should be reaching almost 300, 297.
I got 184 here.
So
Maybe it touched 185.
Okay. So looks like the McLaren has more top speed probably due to its DRS.
For sure. I think it's also heavier, if I'm not mistaken, because these are both at 100% weight. So the McLaren weighs just under 3,000 pounds. It's 2965. I didn't mean to enter course. I meant to exit course. We're doing great.
Oh, good.
And the Zonda... Yeah, the Zonda is a solid 600 pounds lighter at 2,359. We can give that to you in kilograms in a second. Talk to Google about it because I don't have the conversions memorized.
Should be around 1,200 or 1,100.
1,100 for the Zonda? Yeah,
Okay.
1,070 on the Zonda. So close, you were very close. And the McLaren we said was 2,965 pounds. Which is just over 1,300 kilograms. It's 1,345 kilograms. So big difference in these two cars. 345 or 300 kilograms difference. Basically between the two cars. So the McLaren is a completely different type of beast. It's a straight line car, which should give it an advantage at Fuji because of that very long straight. But outside of the straight, Fuji's actually pretty technical and really does favor high downforce, good handling cars outside of the straight. So it's going to be very interesting to see which car comes out on top around here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could cheat and look at the current lap times.
Yeah, we could tell from that.
Well, let's take a look.
Oh, okay. What is my live timing? Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
So when I did the lap time, it should be. Where is my lap time? Wasn't it there? Well, I remember it's around the 34.5s. So
you said yours was in the 45s?
34.5s.
34.5, gotcha. I don't have live timing, so
actually both cars are not that different. It's just because the McLaren might struggle on the corners, while the Honda might struggle just on the straight with a difference of 10 miles per hour, was it?
Something like that.
10.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 187, right? 187. So yeah, around that. Almost 8 miles per hour difference.
Just let Veleron go there. Well, if they're similar lap times, and that's good, it just means the organizers did a great job with the BOP. This is a custom BOP. So it looks like the decision to put the McLaren at 60% power and the Zonda at 90%, but both keep their current weight, is a solid one.
Yes, yeah, true. That is also because of to offset the McLaren's hybrid power and also DRS capabilities.
Yep. McLaren is definitely a high-speed beast, whereas it looks like the Zonda R was built more to be, you know, a tool, a precision tool.
Yes,
That
very
I
true.
just spun and crashed into a wall.
Yes, I just saw that. Apparently.
Starting soon, so I'm gonna hop off the track here. Let's leave room for the actual racers. It's gonna be another stuck check for them. Nemesis with the Phoenix Racing logo writ large on his roof.
Wearing his team logo
Yeah.
quite proudly. Okay, let's see. Let's see how good the start is for both cars.
Oh. Chompy not stuck, but a slow reaction time there.
Yes.
The cars are kind of comparable at the start, it looks like. I
Looks like
don't
the
see any McLarens really just racing ahead and taking positions.
maybe they will struggle there on the start. Maybe due to trouble light, but then again they have electric also.
Yep, traction could be an issue, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Starting that car, which is why I started it with traction control on, but of course that still slows you down. So.
Sadly.
Cool
But I
stuff.
imagine that using both cars should struggle without traction control. They need traction control to launch it properly.
Okay. Looks like we've got 10 minutes of qualifying set up here, with a 60-second continuation for people who haven't finished their lap. Okay, nice.
I'm using cockpit view. Okay. Good to know, Barbosa. Captain Barbosa.
Captain Barbosa.
You just finished. You may enter, but you have to start in last.
Ah.
Oh. Pity that Drunk Ninja had to skip qualifying.
Have to enter qualifying to race, but don't set a qualifying lap, so they start in last.
Yes.
Meanwhile, it looks like tire wear is still on during this quali, and the regulations do say that tire wear should be off for qualifying, but I see a little red line here on Chompy's car, so maybe that will be fixed.
Oh, Nemesis forgot about it.
Yeah.
Let me type that in.
Sure. Oh, never mind. Settings were changed.
Never mind. Alright, he noticed.
I think he can hear us. And now the qualifier starts. Got it. I thought we had already started. I like Chompy's livery here, this Pioneer livery. It's really good looking.
Yes, apparently.
I don't think that's not a replica, is it? I don't think there's a Pioneer livery McLaren racing out there, or has there been?
I can't see for sure because I haven't been looking at liveries as much.
Cars leave out on an opening lap for qualifying. They've got 10 minutes to qualify. This out lap does use up some of that time, but they're going to want to use it to warm up the tires and maybe spread out. Or actually, I guess there's no tire temperature with no tire wear, so they'll just want to spread out during this lap.
There is tire temperature actually, even though there's no tire wear.
Is there?
Yes. It's just that the tire wear, not much tire wear, but there's still temp. You still get cold tires on the start.
Got it.
Apparently GTS, as we know, the tires heat up quite fast.
They do. Which is why it felt like it's always felt like when there's no tire wear on, tire temperature's not really an issue.
Yeah.
But you know, if I don't claim to be the expert, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah. Me too. I won't claim that I'm an expert in that.
You know, I'm not sure that ESGT has a similar rule, but in certain racing leagues, for qualifying, you're not allowed to use the toe. So you have to spread out. It doesn't seem to be the case here because it looks like everyone has made sure to stick close to their neighbor.
Oh wait,
never mind. Maybe not.
Well,
maybe not.
If we follow before, we're not supposed to use the toe.
Yeah, I was actually about to check and see if there was a rule against that, but it sounds like there must be.
Maybe it's written, maybe it isn't.
Check the pins in the
ESGT.
Well, Discord only shows the schedule. For the pins.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find out. It seems, though, from that chat that maybe you're not allowed to get a toe. From others.
Is Chompy trying to get a toe?
Well, we've got Nick and Flav, I think. Flav, I don't know how you say it. They're together. They look to be teammates with matching Renegade liveries, and they're pretty close together coming into the last sector, so it's hard to tell what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
Nick a little bit sideways coming out of that last corner, despite the fact that he's rocking traction control. He's gonna want to turn that off on the straight. It's gonna slow him down, but guess not.
I guess he actually spun because he's stuck on the accelerator there, the exit.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? What's that there?
Nick slowing down to let his teammate by and let Brunildo by. Good sportsmanship there.
Yes. Apparently, most of the Renegade team are running traction control.
Interesting.
Don't know what the reason behind that, because the Zonda ain't gonna wheel spin that bad compared to the McLaren.
No, it's not. It's actually very well behaved coming out of the corners. Even the really slow ones, being a little judicious on the throttle. But, you know, not everyone is comfortable like that. I remember I used to race with traction control on, so whatever works for you, I guess.
Yeah, probably depending on if you're heavy-footed or light-footed.
Exactly. That said, the TCS does cut in with every gear shift, and we can watch with Nick here when he gets onto the straight. It's going to cut in on every gear shift, and it does cut power, so you are losing a little bit of speed on these straights.
Yeah, that is true. Oh wait, never mind. He kind of overcooked there on the final turn.
A little bit.
Well, after 4th to 5th, I don't see any power cuts. But yeah, I can see the traction control switching on.
Yep, second and third, yeah. I thought Chompy must be slowing down there. Seeking slip is against the rules. Incidentally being in slip is not. Understood.
Yeah. At least hard to tell. Who's running? Why? I wonder why Brunello? Wow. I wonder which one to call. Bruni.
Bruni.
Bruni
Call
then.
him Bruni.
Oh, I see. He was
Oh,
giving way to.
bad luck for Mr. Salazas there. Got on the curb, rode it for too long, going into the last corner, which of course messes up your chances for a good straight. They do have the best lap time right now, but not by much, and they've just lost an opportunity at a fast lap here.
Yes.
It's got to be disappointing. Still plenty of time though. 3 minutes 18 on the clock. Should be enough time to get 2 more laps in. So they'll have another chance at the end here. They did lose that top time. Vlave came in and took it from them, just squeaked by.
Oh, even with traction control, he still manages a fast lap time there.
Well done.
Yeah, well done to him.
Very well done.
It just goes to show that even with something holding him back, he still. I wonder what happened when he finally let loose.
Still quick, yeah.
Might be quicker. Oh wait, he overcooked that corner there.
Getting those tires dirty. It's not good. More bad luck for Avalarian, who I believe just spun it. Going off track to let Bruni pass, going into the last corner there. Again, really, really great sportsmanship from pretty much everyone out here. Just trying not to ruin anybody else's qualifier, which is really the name of the game, right? It's only fair to have your competitors actually get their best qualifying time against you.
Yes. So yeah, you can see here his fastest time here, Avalarian, is around 34.4. So not a bad lap time.
No, not a bad lap time. Nobody here will be slow. It looks like all the lap times are within 2/10 of each other, of the person in front. But from last to first, we're looking at about a 1.3 second split, which is somewhat large, but I understand some people have not had a single clean lap also. Nemesis takes the top spot there. I thought so. I was watching him a couple of minutes ago, just kind of quietly float that McLaren around, driving it with much respect. It's what you need. You got to drive it kind of slow for it to go fast, it seems. It doesn't like drama. Just put the tires in the right place at the right time, and you'll get a fast lap, and that's shown. Nemesis here with a 1:33.2, about to finish up another lap, and let's see if they increase their time. This will be their last chance here.
There we go. He just
beats the time by over 2/10.
Yes.
And actually, you know, they may get to finish this lap. I know there's a 60-second overrun on the quali.
Looks like Salazar will be on his final lap, and he just ended his lap there. Let's see if the others will be able to improve their lap time. So, how many McLarens are we seeing on the track right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 McLarens, and 6 of them are Zondas. So yeah, quite balanced.
Yeah.
Seeing that we have 11 people on the grid.
Excellent. Looks better than it did earlier when we thought there were only going to be 2 McLarens.
Yeah. So looks like there's an even split. So good.
Qualifying is over for Mini. It looks like... Okay, Chompy up to second with their final lap. Beats out Vlave. Looks like most everyone else is finished. Vlave is tearing through their last lap. Nemesis does not increase his time or improve his time, but has not lost first place either.
Well, Umbar has spun it on the final corner.
Oh, no good.
Yeah. Looks like he's
Vlave.
not gonna get faster lap in.
Yeah. Vlave just crossed the line. Also does not improve his position, their position rather, and looks like everyone else is not really going for it or is forced done by the game. So.
Oh wait. Adrian just left. Oh,
yes.
Looks like he disconnected.
Looks like they disconnected, so hopefully they can come back before the race starts, but that might mean that they're starting in the back. Nope. Actually, the race starts immediately. I forgot. So.
Once you're disconnected, you're done.
That's a really tough break to make it through quali and get disconnected. Wow. Sometimes the internet or the servers in this game can really ruin your day, huh?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. In the internet.
Oh, Drunk Ninja stuck on grid. They didn't make the stuck checks and they're stuck, so they don't get to race either. Hopefully both can make race 2. Going into turn 1, Mr. Salazar's too deep on the braking. Messes up. Nemesis getting battered around and ended up in second place. Chompy inherits first place after turn 1. It wasn't too dirty back there, but we had a couple of issues. I'm sure the moderators will want to review. Chompy with a sizable lead here, close to a second, so Nemesis already on the back foot starting out here. We'll see if Chompy can increase that lead to keep Nemesis out of the slip for the front straight rather. So far Nemesis is keeping him in check, keeping him on a short leash there. In fact, everyone's still pretty well bunched up.
We can see quite sizable lead between Midfield and Salazar. About 1 sec.
About 1 sec, yeah.
So it's the one behind them. Oh, we can see Barbosa and Bliff having fight.
A little bit of battle. One of them is laggy for me. I hope they're not laggy for each other.
I'm also seeing them quite a bit laggy, so might be concerning.
Vlave is tucked firmly into the slipstream of that McLaren, but the McLaren with DRS and the hybrid power is still managing to hold him off. In fact, he's losing time to Barbosa in the straight here.
Yeah, we can see that the McLaren is very quick on the straight, but let's see if he can make it up in the technical section, shall we?
Take a look from Vlave's perspective.
Looks like Nemesis has climbed up to first.
Oh, we missed the pass.
Yes,
we're so busy watching the other battle. Hopefully Chompy can get back and give us another show here. What's mid-pack doing?
Maybe I should look at the front pack.
Sure.
I'm gonna switch on my stream. Oh, there we go.
And just to update you on what's going on in the battle over not last place, Barbosa has actually increased the lead over Vlave. It's 1.9 seconds now and climbing. Oh, Chompy is off and down into 7th place. I don't know what happened there. He's just appeared on my screen back here. Wow.
Oh, oof. I'm hoping that he probably spun out somewhere.
Avalarian says that they are still here and still on track, but both you and I disconnected for them, so they're still racing. We can't see them.
Who are we seeing? Who are we not seeing?
We are not seeing Avalarian.
Oh, apparently for us, he disconnected.
Yeah, interesting. We got a nice battle here between the McLarens, Chompy and Barbosa, though, towards the back end. Chompy trying to climb back up. With only 6 laps to go. Anything interesting going on up front?
Oh, sorry. Looks like Nemesis is having a sizable lead.
Just chilling, right?
Oh, yeah. He's just chilling out front right here.
Midfield and the back is really exciting. Salazas and Nick with a little bit of contact there. Just fighting and trying not to get eaten up by the 2 McLarens coming up fast behind them. But these guys in the back are racing like it's for first place, and it's really fun. Oh, Barbosa!
Oh, Barbosa just got hit.
And Chompy also off. What is going on? It's McLaren bullying today. As the 2 Zondas make off together in each other's slipstream and ride off into the sunset.
Oh, that is sad.
Ouch.
Well, I can see that first and second has a comfortable lead from third with 5 seconds. Don't know what happened there.
Oh yeah, 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds. I guess they've both had quiet races. Nick, meanwhile, has been fighting Mr. Salazar since the beginning. Fighting over that podium spot.
So right now, yeah, Nick is right now fighting out with Salazar.
So what can Barbosa and now MOP Racer and Nemesis, I'm sorry, not Nemesis, and Chompy do? You know, the 3 McLarens who have somehow ended up at the back and been kept at the back here.
I wonder what happened there. Tell him we were busy at the front.
I guess the only thing they can really do is put their heads down, get clean laps, and try to catch up to the mid-pack. Those 2 Zondas there, and maybe make a play. In fact, Barbosa is already within the slipstream of Vlave, and should be able to get a little bit closer there in that back straight, as Vlave only gets a tow from another Zonda.
We shall see. With DRS, it should be able to close the gap. Looks like it's not closing that much.
It is closing though. It's gone from almost a second down to half a second.
Oh! We have a crash. Looks like Barbosa overestimate his brakes.
Definitely did there.
He completely forgot that with that high speed you need to brake quite early.
High speed and a tow on top of it, and yeah. So
the lack of
go ahead.
lack of downforce. Yeah, the lack of downforce on first turn. He was even the toe of Vlave, was it? So luckily he manages to dodge Vlave on the last minute, avoiding a huge incident.
Yeah, but I think it did still affect Vlave, because Vlave's gap to Nick now is 1.5 seconds, whereas he was pretty much up underneath his wing going down the straight.
Yeah.
So I think there was contact on the screen for me, a little bit of laggy contact, but I think there was a touch.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Nick, however, making a few massive mistakes, and now has let Vlave take that 1.5 second gap down to 0.4 going into the back straight.
Nemesis right now doing a pit stop.
Tires only, no fuel wear, and is able to come out still in second place. Nice.
Oh, Brunildo, looks like his tire wear isn't as bad as Nemesis. when I last saw him before going to that pit stop.
Yeah, you know, the much lighter. Oh wow, Barbosa with another off. But the Zondas are much lighter, and looks like you're right. They are a lot easier on their tires than the McLarens are. Chompy also coming into pit because again, the McLarens need tires
Yes.
sooner than the Zondas do.
I guess due to the heavy car. Heavy weight.
It looks like something happened there between Mr. Salazas and Nick. Or maybe something just happened to Nick. He was making big mistakes, but Nick has lost the position not only to Mr. Salazas, but also Vlave, and is 2 seconds behind Vlave. So, just a big off there or something.
Yeah, apparently. So he probably overshot that turn.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
It's not a big enough gap to denote a spin. Well, maybe losing 2 positions and then still being 2 seconds behind the other person could have been a spin.
Yeah.
Chompy with nothing but clear track. It's got a penalty, almost a second. They must have cut something, but that can easily be lost while racing. But they've got 23 seconds of clear track ahead of them to just get in fast lap times and, you know, see if maybe they can get a position in the pits. It hasn't been very much luck actually racing wheel to wheel for them though.
I wonder if Nemesis pitting was a mistake.
You think so?
Yeah, even though with fresh tires, I don't think so he will be able to catch up with Brunildo.
Well,
But we have about 3 laps, or about to be 2 laps left.
correct. And I'm not sure if the Zondas will be pitting or not. If they do pit, he will get the position, but you can see Bruni very wide in that turn there. Completely missed the apex, and lost over half a second to Nemesis. Actually, is still losing time, so maybe we're wrong. Maybe fresh tires is enough.
Yeah, probably. Looking at the wear on the Zonda, you can see that he's experiencing a lot of wear on his rear right tire. Rear left. Left, right? Left.
Yeah.
It's on his left.
Rear left. It makes sense. It's a clockwise track, so yeah. It makes sense.
I thought clockwise supposed to be left, right, left, yep.
Nick Heathfield loses another position here in the straight to MOP. MOP not on fresh tires in the McLaren, and Nick just tried an over-under, but MOP very defensive, able to keep it parked on the apex there, and Nick gets nothing except fishtailing in the end. Well done to keep that position, to take the position and keep it there. Nick just not having a great time in this race, it looks like.
Well, Barbosa is taking a pit right now.
Yep.
Giving Chompy 1 position. Apparently, a lot of them are experiencing quite a difficulty driving these cars, especially the McLarens.
Yeah.
With the exception of Nemesis, seeing that he's already closing the gap under 2 seconds.
Oh yeah. It's clearly practiced during the week or 2 weeks, whatever it has been. But honestly, it's been nearly a perfect race. You can just see just the seat time. It shows.
Yes, and with him setting another fast lap time, 1:33.4. That's
Nice.
quite fast.
Very fast.
Well, we can see he close the gap to 0.8 right now.
It's coming. It looks like this is the only fight on track right now.
Yeah, the others are quite spaced out. Almost some of them reaching over 5 seconds, 8 seconds. Oh well, that's quite some guys. You guys really
Well,
were
the pit
facing a lot of
stops,
trouble.
you know.
Mm.
Nick is actually low on hybrid power, but yep, won't have any hybrid power, not a lot of hybrid power for the last turn here. You can see the car does regenerate some on braking. Um, but
Well,
it's
that
going to
tells
be
me that he.
mostly DRS and a good exit that gets him the position here if he's able to get it for the win.
Well, that tells me that he's using more brake bias to the front.
Yes, probably. Unfortunately, we're not able to see that. And up, oh, the curb.
Oh, well, looks like that cost him his fight for the lead.
Yeah, that cost him. Good
Well,
fight though, a
looks
good
like
fight.
yeah, looks
Gives a
like
little
Bernardo takes the win
good
for
job,
our
Bruni.
for the first race. Nemesis second with Salazar third, with Nemesis being the only McLaren
In the top five.
on podium. Yeah, on the podium, top five. Are you sure?
Yeah,
Yeah,
top five altogether.
looks like the top five is almost conquered by the Zondas. It goes to show that the McLaren is not an easy beast to tame.
Not at all. Not at all.
Hmm.
Avalarian says he finished P3. So we have Bruni, Nemesis, Avalarian, and hopefully the rest of the order is correct for us since we cannot see Avalarian. Um, Akai, maybe before the next race, it would be prudent for both of us to leave the lobby and come back.
Yeah, probably we might have to do that.
Yeah. Or can everyone else see Avalarian?
I just want to make sure. Because to me, I don't see. Yeah, neither of us can see Avalarian.
No. Bruni went up 6 positions for that victory. And you know what? I don't remember seeing Bruni in any fights. Just kept his head down, got it done, and came out on top. That's great racing.
Yeah, yeah, good for him. He didn't even did any pit stop actually.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try exit and I'll enter back, see if I can see Avalarian.
It looks like from my friends' lobbies, VRR is in the middle of their Autobox Super GT season. That's a really good league that I raced with a couple of years ago. It's been a while. I'd like to see what they're doing these days, but also another really well-run league. We got a lot of them coming out of GT Planet and other places for years now. It's good to see ESGT still out here, still doing their thing as one of the newer ones. But some of these older leagues have been around for years, since Gran Turismo 5. I think
I
VRR
see.
was around in Gran Turismo 6 for sure.
Yeah, you should. Sadly, to be frank, I just got my PS4 around June, July last year.
Uh-huh.
So I started playing GT Sport around that time. So forgive me for my naiveness, if there was any.
Ah, no, 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 no problem. I mean, everyone starts at some point. Looks like we got a little bit of a pit glitch going on, but Nemesis has caught it, changed the room settings anyway. They needed to be changed, so. Avalarian. I
Yeah,
see
we see.
Avalarian, or I saw Avalarian is loading a second ago. Let's see if they're still loading for us when the track comes back. No, they are completely visible. Thank you.
Yeah, I was quite surprised. Suddenly, Avalarian disappeared from our views.
All right, grid order set by host. As I said earlier, if you missed it, The second race is reverse grid. So whoever was in first place on the first race is in last place on this one, and vice versa. Um, However, there is a 2 point bonus for your finishing position. I guess to kind of make it fair, if you are faster, being faster doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to finish up on top. You still have to get through a lot of traffic. Anything can happen. So a 2 point bonus is there for those who, um, you know, start in the back and maybe don't quite make it back to the front.
Yeah. So they might get into a fight with some of the other races. So yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we saw plenty of people have their race delayed, if not ruined by contact. You never know what'll happen.
Yes. Oh, drunk ninja just left the room.
It's harder to
Been
pass than it is
hoping.
to defend.
Yes. It's around that difficulty. You can tell. As a racer, I can tell.
The track has not loaded for me, so I may need to leave again. Let's see.
Yeah, you.
I'm trying to go somewhere else to see if I can force it to load. Nah, none of that works. Nope. I haven't had this issue happen in a long time. It actually froze my game. So I will need to close out, which will end the stream. My apologies, but it'll be started in 2 or 3 minutes, people. Oh, okay.